as he leads the league in touchdown passes.
It's the Packers and the Lions on Monday Night Primetime.
In 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. And Gautin and Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Kicker Robbie Gould set to get us started, and we are underway from Ford Field. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for
He tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. This defense for the Packers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Holding offense.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 18 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established. Just keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Hook up of 15 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. These two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Quintez Cephus. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. These two teams all tied after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. As they come up to the line of scrimmage. There's Rodgers to throw. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Again, it's Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on the punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions now taking over late in this 1st half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Goff on first down. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing again is Goff. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Laviska Shenault, big numbers, 4 touchdown catches. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That worked for me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He's brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
Early down steps to put this offense in precarious position.
Well, knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, guys spent all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got some space here. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. There's Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. McGough and Williams hooking up there for Lions first. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On 2nd down, Williams. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run it again with Williams. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. To throw is gone. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it ends up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the right side with James. They're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Throwing in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. The busy night continues for Williams. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 10-7. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. To throw is Rodgers. Watson making the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 4-yard line. Rodgers to throw. And this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers finds his receiver, Watson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. One final try now for Rodgers. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, this fan base on the losing side, Charles, they're going to be talking about this one for a while. They ultimately decided to try to come up with a touchdown on that last play when all they needed was the field goal to force overtime.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it, that's what we're all waiting to hear, because sometimes there's things that we don't see on the surface. Did the coach feel like, if they tied the game, they couldn't go any farther, they had too many injuries? Not sure what was going on there, but I'm with you. I'm stunned they didn't try and kick the field goal there.
So for the Lions, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the